This committee has a practice of allowing non-committee members to wave on, and I believe all of the members of the committee who were going to be here have questioned. And so I see the chair of our health subcommittee, Congresswoman Eshoo, who does such a great job with that committee, is on remotely. And so, Chair Eshoo, I will recognize you for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Chairwoman, and thank you for having this all-important hearing today, and to the witnesses that have spent the better part of the day now with us. I recently had a constituent named Madeline, who wrote to me to tell her story about being denied an abortion later in her pregnancy after a severe and fatal fetal malformation was discovered. Instead of receiving the services that could have helped her avoid the mental anguish and the physical complications, she was forced to give birth by C-section despite knowing that her baby would not survive. She watched her child die in her arms. My constituent wrote, quote, "Childbearing is risky business, and restricting abortion unavoidably compromises the health care of people who get pregnant." So now Republicans are inserting themselves into the most personal decisions that women should be trusted to make themselves. This is all coming from a party. It says small government, little to no regulation, in truth, keep government out of people's lives. And there you are doing what you're doing. The Supreme Court has unleashed chaos and confusion across our country. This is hurtful to people. I believe that not one of us, as members of Congress, no policy makers, no politicians should be involved in this. This is not the government's business. This is personal, up to people, their faith, their beliefs, and understanding what they need. So I want to thank the chairwoman, the members. I think that this is causing a great deal of pain across the country. I want to thank the AMA for stepping out, because when the doctors in our country are questioning as to whether they can be arrested, whether they can be criminalized in their practice of healthcare, and I know the Republicans have said this is not healthcare. Well then, excuse my English, what the hell is it? It is healthcare for women. Like it or not, it is healthcare. So I just want to close on this, and it's a small question, but I want to ask Renee Bracy Sherman. You've been in the hearing since 10:30 this morning. Is there something you have not been able to say? Is there something that you want to add to the record? I want to give you that opportunity.
Thank you so much. I thought you'd never ask. Yes, I'd actually like to correct the record on the written statement that Dr. Francis submitted. So one, there's actually a lot of racism and anti-Blackness in it, which I think is really disgusting to have had to read as a Black woman who had an abortion. But also in particular, there's some information about the Turnaway study. It is a monumental study that looked at the lives of people who were able to receive and not receive their abortions. And Dr. Francis wrote that Dr. Daniel Grossman created the study and wrote it. And as amazing as Dr. Daniel Grossman, who is the Director of Advancing New Standards of Reproductive Health at the University of California, San Francisco. He's amazing. He is not the author of the Turnaway study. It was authored by Dr. Diana Green Foster, who is a brilliant demographer, and a number of other researchers. You can see that as, here's the book on the Turnaway study with Dr. Diana Green Foster's name on it. Dr. Grossman didn't even run Answer when the longitudinal study was designed, and so it's a verifiable fact with a Google search. I would also like to point out that in her testimony, she wrote that he has, quote, extensive financial ties to the abortion industry. I believe that is extremely anti-Semitic. Dr. Grossman is a caring abortion provider and one of the smartest people I have the honor of knowing. His mother's social justice lessons and his Jewish faith, particularly Tikkun Olam, calls him to do this work to repair the world. And to besmirch his good name with anti-Semitic tropes is disgusting, especially alongside anti-Blackness. And I would also like to say that these threats make it really difficult for those of us who are speaking about abortion to live safely. I am currently experiencing racist death threats because of tweets that have been shared by the Republican National Committee. So I'm glad that we're talking about the threats that happen towards people who speak out about abortion. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, and I yield back.
I thank the gentlelady. Chair now recognizes Mr. Carter for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, and thank you